Oh, Jesus Christ. Good morning from Costa Teguise, they call it. I'm going to need the sunglasses on today because it is bloody sunny, but it is windy today, hence why I'm wearing a coat. And I have snuck into the new Costa Teguise bus stop. I'm going to give you a quick glimpse because I got here early and did a full tour. That's going to be over on the YouTube channel very soon, maybe even after this video if you're watching on YouTube. This is the catch-up. If you're live on TikTok. Let's go. Wow, bloody hell. Whew. Right, I ain't going to show you too much of this, folks, because, like I said, I've just done a full video, and that is going to be on YouTube. So if you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube, this is the new Costa Teguise bus stop, which is due to open soon, which is actually going to do a bus to the airport, which is great if you're stopping in Costa Teguise, and also Caleta de Famara. And I'll tell you why I've done this, because Lanzarote, who's just come on, she posted something on her Facebook and she's full of information about Costa Teguise. So Lanzarote, thank you very much. You inspired me this morning to come here. Little playground up there. Like I said, I'm going to give you a little tour, nothing too much. One, because I've been bobbing around here for quite a while and I might get kicked out in a bit. I don't even think I should be here, but the wind blew the barrier down. We're in a yellow alert at the moment for wind. It ain't that bad, but you can see the sun is super bright. But this place is massive. I don't know whether it's a bus stop or a concert area, look. I mean, it's huge. The things you could do in this bus stop is just incredible. Woo, look at the size of it. So you've got all these seats here to sit around. Jeez, and it is windy. It is blowing a gale. And then all in here, look, is the actual bus stop itself. Loads of toilets as well, which I'll show you in a minute. You're going to have a coffee area, look. That looks like it's going to be a bar area. A little coffee shop or something there, so you can get drinks. And it just goes on for miles and miles and miles. One of the biggest bus stops I've ever seen in Lanzarote, but the good thing is the bus from the airport, because at the moment it's easy to get from the airport to Puerto del Carmen and Playa Blanca, but very difficult to get from the airport to Costa Teguise on a local bus. All the screens there, look, are in. We are going to have to get out of here. That's where the barrier broke down, look. And it goes all the way around here, look. But this is my favourite part. Well, that's what it's going to look like, look. €2 million investment. But this is my favourite part, look. The portal to the bogs, look. This basically just is a portal into the loo. For a peeping Tom. Peeping Toms will be in there, won't they? Do you remember Peeping Toms? Whatever happened to Peeping Toms back in the day? You don't hear of anybody being a Peeping Tom anymore. Must have been I don't know. I've never heard of anybody being a Peeping Tom. Where are all the Peeping Toms? Where are all the Peeping Toms in the world? It is bloody Baltic today. It is windy. It's horrible. So from the bus stop here, how far is it from the actual main resort? Well, it's actually just around here. This is the only problem. It's a little bit far out from some of the main hotels. I mean, that way up there sort of takes you to the Radisson Blu and the Barcelo hotels that way, and then more into town is this way here, and that will take you down to the Gran Teguise Playa and that area here. So at the bottom of this road is the Gran Teguise Playa. So it is a little bit out of town, if I'm honest, but not really. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to take that back. It's quite well located, isn't it? And you're going to have plenty of taxis as well out here. So if you are getting the bus from the airport, pull up here with your suitcases, and I reckon there'll be a load of local taxis waiting here to take you to your hotel. Probably cost you about, I don't know, €5 to €8, depending which hotel it is. So it could save you a pretty penny on a taxi from Costa Teguise, from the airport to Costa Teguise, which will probably cost, I don't know, around 20, 25 these days. There you go, look. It's almost ready to open. So Lands Chick, if you're on, let's get Lanzarote on. So Lanzarote lives in England, but she always comes to Costa Teguise. She's got a great Facebook group, Lanzarote Costa Teguise. Join her Facebook group, because if you're coming to Costa Teguise, well, she will give you loads of information on there. And make sure to follow her on TikTok. I'm not sure how much a taxi is from the airport to Costa Teguise. Does anybody know Lanzarote? I reckon about 20, 25. Am I correct in that? I know it's about 50 to get down to Playa Blanca, or it was. You've also got this area here, look. This is a new place in Costa Teguise. Bloody windy. So this is brand new. This is a big shopping area, look. And it's situated right next to the new bus stop. Dulces Petalos. That looks like it does ice cream and things. You've got a few sort of boutique clothes shops. And estate agents. And a beautiful boardwalk, although very windy today, look. You can see it's blowing a gale. Little beauty salon. Sports shop as well. This is nice. If it was open, I suppose it'll open a little bit later on. So they are developing in Costa Teguise quite a lot. And of course you can't go anywhere without there being a heap of Dino. Right, we started with 800, we've got 600 left. So can you please share the live, heart the live, hit that heart button as much as you can, and give us a share so we can share the live around, and let's get a few more people on. I like the way the little supermarkets are putting tables and chairs outside now. I've always thought that was a good idea. You can grab yourself a little sandwich and stuff from there, and then sit here and eat it. Save yourself a fortune. But this goes on all the way around here, look, as well. There's a new place there going to open. Cafe 24 as well, a new cafe here, look, that's open. That looks nice, look. Lovely little cafe area. Very nice, look. Very nice. I think there's paddle courts as well up here, which is interesting. So if you like a game of paddle, you can come down here, look. It's all very new. I think the paddle is through here. Yep, there's paddle courts over there, if you can see. There you go, look, I'll get you over there and give you a show, look. The new area of Costa Teguise. You going to visit? Anybody play paddle? Never understood that game. Me and Mrs TravelON tried tennis once. Told you, it's an absolute disaster. Don't know about paddle. Never given that a go. I keep saying I need to try things, don't I? I keep saying, every time I do this live, I say I must do a video on this, I must do a video on this. And I must start doing things where I say, I've never done paddle, I'm going to give it a go. Right, come on, we're going to head right into town. We're going to walk down to the Teguise Playa. I can't walk too far today because, like I said, it's windy. We've got a yellow alert for high winds today. And maybe on the way back, this place will be open and we can have a little look around. Do the island buggy tours run every day? Going to book for September? Yes, Vicky Ann, they do. They run every single day except for Sundays, I do believe. www.travelon.world is the website to book all your trips, tours and excursions. And you can use the code TTK and you'll get yourself a little bit of a discount for being on the live this morning. Come on, we're up to 700 people. While I walk this way and show you some not so beautiful views, although there is a lovely little walkway there, don't know where it leads to, but we're going to head this way instead. So what I think we'll do, we'll head into town. Like I said that the bus stop's not sort of quite far out, but it's not, is it? It's actually really close. And that's been a couple of minutes walk. Even with your suitcases, you could drag them along. So down in this area, you've got the Grand Teguise Playa. You've got the Barcelo, no you haven't. You've got the Barcelo adults only. You got quite a few. It's not too bad, is it? Oh, I'm gonna have to get the bus to the airport, from the airport to Costa Teguise. Come on, we're up to 1,000 people. Good morning, everybody. If you've just joined us, it's me, Mr TravelON, in a very windy Costa Teguise Lanzarote today. We're on a yellow alert for high winds. I have got the coat on, but it is still warm. The sun is shining. I don't know how long I'm going to last with this coat on. But if you've missed out on the beginning, we just did the new bus stop, which is up there, and that'll be on YouTube. So everything I do on TikTok when I'm live it basically gets recorded for YouTube. This is the Alson Hotel Albatross. I think it's a German hotel. I don't think you get many English in here, but we'll have a little, well, we'll go through the windy doors, see where it leads us. Let's give it a push. I'll just go round and out, look. There you go, lovely area there, look. Little chill out area there. Can't really go too far because there's a receptionist. I'll just show you around here, look. There you go. German. I'll look out of place because I haven't got my sandals and socks on, so better get the bloody hell out of here because I'll know he ain't stopping there. He ain't stopping there. He's wearing trainers. He's not got his flip-flops and his socks on. Ah, oh, come on, let's get out of here. Well, that's Alson Albatross. I don't know anybody that stopped there, if I'm honest with you. And I think Al Tours is a German tour operator as well, I think. Lovely garden areas though, look. I did the garden yesterday. My back is killing me, my knees are killing me. Me and Jack had a good old, well, if you don't know, I cut down 2 trees about 3 weeks ago. So we finally got rid of every leaf in the garden. I've still got a little bit to do, but it's been a big old job. Mrs TravelON's still got one leg, for those of you that want to know, but she's out of her cast and she's in a boot, which means she's back upstairs. She's back to bed, and she's woke me up she woke me up early this morning going to the loo on her fucking crutches. So I'm back to having broken sleep now. And well, like I said, I was having the time of my life. I was spread out like an eagle every night, slept like a baby. But she's back upstairs. She's managed to get herself back up there now. She's wearing a boot. It's quite a big boot as well. I have to be nice, otherwise she'll kick me in the balls with it, and that'll be the end of that. Although I don't think we're going to have any more kids anyway, so not a problem. Right, let's have a look at this. This is the Lands Beach, I think it's called. And they were building at the front of this as well. They're really developing Costa Teguise, to be honest. They're doing loads of new things, and I'll show you at the front. But this is, do you know what? I can't remember the name of this place. Lands Beach, mate. I'll see if I can show you in. Like I said, I don't like coming in these hotels with this big camera, but I'll just show you the reception there. Just through here. Buenos dias. I'm just showing the hotel. Is there everything at the front open yet? Is the new place open yet? It's open. No, not yet. There you go. So through there is all the pool and the apartments and stuff. But it's a beautiful, beautiful place. Plenty parking as well. Like I said, I will always do hotel tours, but I've got a little camera, so I'm not going to go through the techie side of things. But if I have a little hotel sneak around, I always come early in the morning as not to disturb anyone. And I'll just walk in with a tiny little camera and just have a little walk around. But when I'm on live, it's quite a big setup. So I don't like walking in. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And please head over to my YouTube as well and subscribe to that. We've hit 105,000 on YouTube. I have got the silver plaque and I have got to open it as well. Like I said, I've not announced it. I've not done anything with it. I said that, you know, because you lot helped me get to 100,000 and get the silver plaque, I'm going to open it on a live. So I might just do it next Sunday. I think, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was going to do an event and do it properly, but Mrs TravelON's put a dampener on that with her bloody leg, breaking her bloody foot. So I don't know what I'm going to do. We shall see. Maybe I'll do it next Sunday. But this is the new place, look, that they've opened. The restaurant's not open yet, which is on the corner. But they have got the pharmacy, which is an actual pharmacy, I think, yep. So I've said this before, be careful of the pharmacies if they're health food places, because some of them say health something, and it's not. This, I think, is a proper pharmacy. Yeah, that's a proper pharmacy. And you've got some other sort of places here as well. Splendor jewellery and watches. So there's so much new coming in this area. Like I've always said, and I don't want to, a lot of you say, why don't you do more Costa Teguise? Why don't you do more Costa Teguise? Don't you like it? And it's like, well, I like it, but out of all the resorts, obviously I live in Playa Blanca, which is quite far from here, so it takes ages to get up here. well, 40 minutes. And Puerto del Carmen is quite easy to just walk down the street. So I don't tend to come up here a lot. And it's my third best resort. There's only 3. So it's last on the list. It doesn't mean I don't like it. It's just I prefer the other 2. But in saying that, they are developing it so much that I think they're doing a really good job. I'm not saying Costa Teguise is tatty, but it's needed development in Costa Teguise. It has needed it for a while, and I think with the new shopping centre there, the new bus stop, they're going building a whole new place down here with some fantastic bars and restaurants. We're going to have a little nose down there, I think, and I'll show you that. But I think it's a great place. You've got a little area here. Look, Clarac Bar, the Shamrock, huge area here, little square. And I think what we'll do is we'll head down the Posh Street, which I call Posh Street, look, which is down there, and we'll go and have a look at the other new commercial centre, because that place is due to open very soon as well. And that is owned by Lani, Mr Lani, who is opening the new one in Puerto del Carmen. If you saw last time I was in Puerto del Carmen live, I showed you where they're knocking down a whole derelict building and they're doing a big sort of shopping restaurant centre there as well. So Lanzarote is on the up. They're definitely investing in building all these new places. The issue they've got is no one's got anywhere to live and they can't find any staff. So I don't know how they're going to do it or what they're going to do. But here is a couple of hotels. Look, you've got the Costa Teguise beach and the THB Lanzarote beach. Restaurant there. Looks like they've got building work going on in there as well. So yeah, it's an exciting time, but also quite a scary time as well. And I've asked this question before. Are they pricing themselves out of the market? Lanzarote is always, well, Lanzarote have said specifically they want to attract a more affluent clientele, which is why they're building all these nice posh places, which is great. But you can't ignore your bread and butter, can you? Let's face it, you can't ignore your bread and butter. And while Lanzarote has always been a beautiful place and attracted all types of different people, the main audience in the Canary Islands in general is your working class people. You know, your more affluent, posh people, do we call them? Well, they might pop over for a little break here and there, but it's not it's not a destination where they come for their proper holiday, you know, whereas their bread and butter is the working class. It's people like me and you that come over and this is our holiday. I'm not on holiday, by the way, for those of you new to the channel. I live here and I sell trips, tours and excursions on www.travelon.world. If you want to book anything in the Canary Islands, that's where you do it. Use the code TTK and you can book it on there. You get yourself a discount. But like I said, it's all very well whacking the prices up, building these new places, making it all modern to attract a more affluent clientele. But are the affluent clientele coming over to spend? Whereas the working class people, the normal folk, this is their holiday, so they will spend, they will come out and they will buy this. Your more affluent clientele might come out, they might pop here and have a little meal and stuff like that, but they ain't going to be doing much else. It'll be like a weekend break for them, I think. And you can't be attracting affluent clientele with this beautiful area here, look, can you? I mean, look how gorgeous this looks. This is a gorgeous street, look. Big posh shops, big beautiful restaurants, gorgeous expensive jewellery shops, an absolute tat thrown right in the middle, look. This is what you can't do. So Lanzarote, if you're watching and you're listening, those that are in charge, yes, make these places look beautiful, yes, attract a different clientele, but you have to get rid of this nonsense because it looks like Blackpool. It's just shocking. They just need to go down and say, if you want to open a shop like this, you have to have all your shite in the store and you have to make it look nice so it meets the rest of the the work that we're doing, you know. I got my wedding ring from that tat shop. What, the tat shop? I'm presuming you mean Santos next door. If you got your wedding ring from the tat shop, bloody hell, I don't think you'll be still married. So look, you've got some gorgeous places here. You've got little ice cream bar parlours, beautiful Tex-Mex restaurants. Hello, how are you? Buenos dias. ¿Todo bien? You got Fun Grube there, look.
Oh, she follows you on TikTok.
Does she? Hello, you're on TikTok now. Say hello. Who are you? Get together, you two. Come here, come and say hello. Stand together. You've got your flowery cardigan on today. It's a little bit breezy today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's meant to be nice tomorrow. Though,
are you having a good holiday?
We are.
Yeah. What did you do for Valentine's Day yesterday?
We came to Lanzarote.
Oh, so you actually flew on Valentine's Day? Yeah. Did you go out for a meal last night, or?
No, just in the hotel.
Just landed, arrived. So this is your Valentine's treat. Well, there you go. Well, thank you for following me. Look, I'll give you a couple of stickers. Look, you're live to 1,000 people on TikTok. There you go. See you later. Lovely to meet you. Bye. So yeah, you've got some gorgeous restaurants here. Look, Hacienda, a little place there. And Funda Grube, I got Mrs TravelOn's Valentine's Day present from here. This place rescues me all the time. I was in there 13th of January, 13th of January, 13th of February. I said, I bowl in and I say, right, what can I get? And they take me round and they say, this is nice, this is nice, this is nice. And I got her a little guest set. Spray perfume and shite. There you go, and she got me a birthday card, and she scribbled the birthday out and wrote Valentine's on it because, as she says, so I was going to get you a present, but obviously I've only got one leg and I can't get out the house. Strange that. She can get out the house to go and get her fucking nails done, can't she? But anyway, there you go. She'll kill me when I get back. She'll kill me. She'll be chasing me around with that boot on. I tell you what, she's driving me insane. Driving me insane with this leg. I'd be glad when it heals. So she's had the cast off. She's got these plastic boot on, which cost 80 quid. And now she's, well, we've got a long way to go. We've got a long way to go. Poor sound, too windy. Is it? Well, it is windy. I can't really do anything about that. I mean, I've got all the muffles on and stuff. We're just heading down here, so hopefully it'll go. You're drowning out by wind. I shouldn't be, guys. I know it's windy. What about that? Is that better? Shall I walk backwards? Right, there you go. Technical problems. So I had to log out of TikTok because somebody was scamming me. That is windy as well, look. So someone was scamming me on TikTok. I got an email to say that I've got the blue badge, but it was a dodgy one, and it said log into your TikTok. So I had to change all my settings and stuff. There's so many scammers out there. What they were trying to do is get hold of my TikTok account, so it was really bad. As long as the microphone's okay now, it should be picking up properly. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. If it gets too windy, just give us a shout. Right, so we're going to follow the yellow brick road. Look, beautiful place here, and I'm going to show you another new place in Costa Teguise, which should be open very soon. And if the barrier's down, we'll see if we can have a sneak in there as well. But you can see how windy it is today, look. The sea is not a place to be this evening. So we're going to head down the yellow brick road and then we'll turn around the green brick road. Beautiful little apartments there. Imagine stopping there, look, with all the flowers. They're called bougainvilleas, them flowers are. They're nice, but when the wind blows, you get flowers everywhere. I'm going to show you the new lifeguard place on the beach as well, down there. And this is the new shopping centre area. Let's have a good old nose around here. I will even get on the wall. TikTok's going mad because it's asking me to let people in. Right, so let's start up here. I'm going to show you this. So this is going to be like the one that they're knocking down in Puerto del Carmen. I've shown you the plans for that. Lovely walkway here, which will take you to the back of it. But have a little reach over here, look. We've got all the blingy stuff that Lani is famous for. And these are going to be the new restaurants here, look. So this is going to be a brand new whole shopping area, which is going to overlook the Costa Teguise beach, look. Might have to do a little intro for the YouTube because I'm going to use that for a little video. If the wind hits, guys, because I'm going to get out of this wind in a minute. So down here, look, as I said, you've got these new lifeguard areas. No sunbeds are on Costa Teguise beach at the moment, and that is because they are, well, the tender is up. So there's something called a tender where they say, right, who wants to run the sunbeds, and it costs 170,000 euros. 170,000. But, well, you're not going to be on the beach today. I would say it's quite a red flag day. But here in Costa Teguise and everywhere, look, they've got these brand new lifeguard areas. So I do love these. It's like a little bit of Baywatch in the Canary Islands, isn't it? And these are all over the new beaches. We've got new lifeguard areas. Gone are the old little wooden huts. We are now fully David Hasselhoff. I'm just hoping we get a few Pamela Andersons on the beach as well. But you can see why it's important to have the lifeguards here in Lanzarote, especially today in Costa Teguise, because them waves are huge. I wouldn't be going in the sea today, would you? Definitely not. Right, we've got 1,000 people back. This is what I like. Good morning to you. If you've just joined me, Mr TravelON. We're in Costa Teguise today, or Costa Breezy, on a yellow alert for the wind, as you can see. And the microphones have been going crazy. So if the wind blows and you're watching on TikTok, I do apologise. But you can always catch up on YouTube this evening. So everything I do is recorded for YouTube in 4K, okay? Mrs TravelON wants to see me in red Speedos. No problem, Mrs TravelON. Any day. Right, look at that. So you've got the Melia Hotel over there, Melia Salinas, or Paradisus as it's called now. First time I've been able to pronounce that. And once the sunbeds are back, should be rocking and rolling, shouldn't you? No, not Costa Teguise, we're in Costa Teguise in Lanzarote, so we're not in Tenerife. And I'm just down on the main beach in the wind, showing you how dangerous it is today. Coastal phenomenon, they said. Coastal phenomenon. And there's another one, look. SOS 112. So if you are coming to the Canary Islands and you ever need emergency services, the number is not 999, it's 112. Little top tip for you there. Make sure you know to stay safe. I give up, you don't read any comments. Vicky, what do you expect me to do? I'm walking on a beach in the middle of a yellow alert. Do you think I can read every single comment that comes through? There are 1,100 people, Vicky. Unfortunately, the world doesn't revolve around you, does it? Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. That's why I have moderators and they do a very good job. So if you're asking a decent question, they'll either pin it or they'll answer it for you. God, I definitely suggest you should give up. Dear Christ on a bike. Right, come on, let's get off this beach. Two things in this world that irritate me: the bloody sand and people like her. Right, let's go. Good morning from South Wales, how are you? Look at that, I just read that comment while I'm just walking up the stairs out the wind, you see. I'm looking at Lanzarote Airport. Well, we've started at the new bus stop and there's going to be a bus from Lanzarote Airport into Costa Teguise. Feel a rant coming on. I've got loads of them, Paul. Loads of rants coming, but yeah, Ben. See, I didn't ignore you, Bino. He said if I ignore him again, he's going to ring 112. Can't wait to go there. Well, look, if you come in, you know where to book all your trips, tours and excursions. www.travelon.world. Use the code TTK. You save yourself a little bit of money on things to do in Lanzarote and the Canary Islands. So I'll show you the bars and restaurants down here in Las Cacharas. And then we have got to get out this wind and back up into the main street, I think. We'll go through to the square, show you there, and then around this area. These are all exercise things that they've put up all around. I don't like them. I think they're just a I don't know. They get rusty, look. No one uses them. People just use them to piss about on, you know, to get a picture of them. So moderators, you better get pinning some decent comments. There's some wings, look, surf wings. You can get yourself a nice little cocktail or coffee there, look. And they've got all the windows closed today. All the glass off, really bloody, it's so windy. There was sand blowing right in my eyes. Jesus. Woo! That is a windy one. That is a windy one there. Look at that. Sea's turned brown as well. Do you know what? I thought someone was swimming in that sea then. It's the little boys. Not children, boys, the boyos things. Thank you, Neil. Neil's pinned that. www.travelon.world. If you want to book trips, tours and excursions, get yourself booked up. TTK is the code. Book now, you'll get winter prices. Here's another look at the Fungroby. This is another new one. They're opening everywhere, Fungroby, but it's one of the best shops on the island. I love the place. Sorts you out with everything. Glasses, bits, bobs, sun cream, perfumes, cheaper than the airport. Even get cigarettes in there, you can. Fuel stuff, always been a popular one. A lot of places in Costa Teguise have this, look. No card payments, cash only. So if you are coming to Costa Teguise, be aware that a lot of the places are cash only. It's not everywhere around the island, but Costa Teguise, there's a lot that are doing it. For me, I have no problem because I know exactly why they're doing it. Because the tax man here is the most corrupt system in the world. Like, it is awful. But I also think that they need to be careful putting signs up like that, because if I was one of these arseholes, and I don't know how they sleep at night, that works for them, works for the tax office, it'd be the first place I'd be checking out, wouldn't it be you? Be like, who are all these people wanting cash only? Why are they asking? And I'm going to go check them out. Well, there you go. Is that wind really bad now, guys? Or are we all right? So you've got the waterfront there. Look, you've got La Playa, another lovely shop. I'll tell you what. Oh, I don't know why it kept going there. So I'm right in the wind there. Look, that's fantastic. And look at the waves coming up. Yellow alert here in Lanzarote in the Canary Islands, and one of the windiest places that you find in Lanzarote is Costa Teguise. It's called Costa Teguise. It's very popular for the windsurfers. It's even too windy for them today. Look at the waves coming in. Wow. Let's get out of here. Booked 2 excursions recently for 6. Use the weekend discount code. Shush, Paul. Shush. Shh. Close your mouth, Paul. He used the special discount that I did for the weekend. That was quite a big one as well. Well done, Paul. You saved yourself a bloody fortune. Didn't make me any money on that one. But no, I don't know if the weekend code is still working. So if you are going to book today, try weekend. I don't know if there was an expiry date on it, so I'm not sure. Cutty Start there. Fantastic sort of British bar. Look, does all your sort of pub grub, your breakfast and stuff like that. Sunday dinners. Yes, you can try that code weekend. As I said, I know it was last weekend or the weekend before, but it was a bigger one than TTK. But I'm not sure if it had an expiry date. I know it only works on the weekend. Anyway, what do I know? I don't know nothing. Right, Champs Bar, fantastic for sport. Look, really, really nice place. And this is part of the adults only Barcelo Hotel. And if you go all inclusive in the Barcelo, you get Champs Bar included. And that includes the drinks, it includes the food, it includes burgers and stuff like that. Really good package in there. Not the cheapest of hotels. Right, let's head back through this way and we'll get out that wind. We'll go back up the Posh street and we'll go through the square. That'll all be nice, covered and sheltered, won't it? Look at that, a couple of cyclists there. Look, having a little cycle. Do you know what? They were still cycling down the main road this morning on the way in, wobbling. Their legs were wobbling and their bikes were wobbling like a shitting dog. These people can't even stay off the roads when there's a yellow alert for wind. Oh, we better get out on the bike today. It's Sunday. Let's see how many drivers we can piss off. Tell you what, John, let's get the lycra on and them stupid shoes and fucking tap dance around and then get on our bikes and get on everyone's fucking nerves for the day. Happy fucking Sunday. Can't stand them. Anyway, La Playa with the pink flamingo. There you go, the new Mrs TravelON. Look, but this is beautiful. Buenos dias. Gorgeous shop. This is a tat shop, but a gorgeous one. Look, they sell the same sort of stuff. It's all different stuff, but look how well presented it is, and it looks nice. Look, it doesn't ruin the aesthetics of anywhere, does it? This is what I mean. Oh, God. Do love a cyclist, I must admit. Do you know what? I got a violation the other day, right? Because I did the news. I did the news about the long waits at the airport, and I said, look, you know, on a Thursday and Sunday, you might have to wait at the airport for quite a long time because a lot of flights land. And some lady come on and said, oh yeah, my other half used to come over and train for the Ironman. But he doesn't anymore because he can't be doing with a 2-hour delay. And I made it was a jokey comment, and I went, that's a shame. One less cyclist on the island, joking. And I put the word joking with a laughing emoji. TikTok violated it, bullying and harassment. So I don't know if that person actually like reported it, but it's just banter. Do you know what I mean? Even cyclists can't stand cyclists. It's as simple as that. Someone's whistling at me. I'm like a fucking dog today. Good morning. Thought you were going to call me a fucking German Shepherd then, whistling me over. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Fellow Brummies.
Fellow Brummies, there you go. See, we whistle at each other in Birmingham. We're not allowed to whistle at the ladies anymore, though, are we?
No,
You'll get bloody done for that. You'll get done. So which part of Birmingham are you from?
Alton, Solihull.
Solihull, do I know that? Oh, I know Solihull. We've got a lovely shopping centre there. What's that shop at Touchwood? That's Posh. You're Posh then?
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, well, listen, Solihull is posh. Solihull's the posh end of Birmingham. Where are you stopping here?
Grand Teguise.
See?
Alexander now.
He's posh, look, he's posh. Yeah, it's called the Alexander now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, is it any different? So you stopped there
Just
before?
trying tonight.
Who are you here with?
Oh, just my wife.
Where's the wife?
In Hennessy's.
What did you do for Valentine's Day? Yesterday.
A few drinks.
You just had a few drinks?
Yeah.
Did you not take her out for a romantic meal? No.
No one's football.
There you go. We do that in Birmingham, don't we?
Yeah.
We don't bloody care. Well, listen, give her this for Valentine's Day. My stickers. You can put them on your case. Take them back to Posh Solihull.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
All the best.
See you later. Nice to meet you, buddy. See you soon. Here we go. Come on, let's go. Let's get out of here. Bloody hell, I'm roasting now in this coat. Up the Brummies. We're nice people from Birmingham. We're all just down to earth. Solihull is a posh end of Birmingham though. I don't know whether I class Solihull as Birmingham actually. It's a lot posh. I used to work in Solihull. I used to work at Nationwide Building Society in Solihull, if anybody knows that. Back in the day, in my youth. back in my day, I don't know how I managed to do that. I used to have to work Saturdays as well. I'd roll in absolutely blottoed from a Friday night, like still half legless, and do the Sunday morning shift. People giving me thousands of pounds to deal with. I don't know how I bloody did it. And I had the keys to the safe. I was called the banking officer. They promoted me. I had the keys to the bloody safe. I'm there on the 49 bus, hanging out my arse. Literally just got in. Quick shower. In fact, I barely did that. Quick shower, 2 Benson and Hedges on the way down, on the bus, into work with the keys to the safe to the bank. How things have changed. How things have changed. Oh, right, come on. We're out the wind. Thank God, my ears are bloody going mad. Right, so we've been down this street, so that's where it led off the main drag of Costa Teguise, where the guy who was stopping at the Alexandra, or whatever it's called, was the Teguise player, now called something else. Got a lovely little place here called the Lighthouse, which is does crepes and breakfast and stuff. Well, it's like does crepes, but then it does like breakfast and normal food, and it's like a big bar. But then on the corner, look, it's got like a crepe and waffle place, and crepes are quite popular here in Lanzarote. They're basically pancakes with like chocolate on and stuff, or whatever you want on them, basically. Here we go, look, I'll show you how much they are. Bloody hell, $5.50. It's quite expensive for a crepe, I think. Sugar, $6.30 for a Nutella. The hell is going on? Is that good? For a crepe? Shh. You know. Bloody hell. I don't know how much they are in Playa Blanca. I'm sure they're not that much because I buy them for the kids. Special T-bone steak there, look. At Pablo's. And they do breakfast as well, $3.50, look. But you can get a breakfast for $3.50 or a crepe for $6.30. I'd be going full English breakfast. Sod that, I'll whack that on a pancake. Get me money's worth. Oh, right, so we're heading into the square. This is the main square of Costa Teguise. They have a market on, and I think, and I may be wrong, I think it's a Friday. It's only a small market, but it's a nice little place to come. And on the night time, like I said, everything closed in the mornings, but on the night time, this place is just booming. Like, it's mega booming. Like, everyone comes down here, look. And you've got a little Island's Eye live music bar there, look. You've got a little snug bar there which has got a little bandstand, and it's gorgeous here to come on the night, and it's out the wind as well. Love Chispas. Yeah, I've seen that one. Where's Chispas? This is the thing, I'm not an expert on Costa Teguise. You need to go onto Lanzarote's page. She is always here. I will go and have a look around that side, but I'm just going to take you down here, look. I think Chispas is over there somewhere. Yeah, it is. We're going that way anyway. So it goes on, look. Don't think it's just a square. Don't ignore these places here, look, because you could be missing out. Well, you missed out on the closing down sale of that place. Don't know what it was and what it will be next. But down here, look, you've got a few places. Mrs TravelON gets a haircut. Here, look, up them stairs at the end. You've got Big Bob's American Diner. You've got the Keg and Kilt. And you've got Jesters up there, which is a big karaoke bar. So that's open during the night time. And then you've got a really nice Taberna Plaza Tandarena there, look. So don't miss out on this bit if you come to the square. It's just literally next door. So the square does go on. It's not just a square. It's like a rectangle, it should be called, really, shouldn't it? Keg and Kilt is fab. I've never been. Like I said, I don't go out at night. I need to start doing some night time. I need to start doing a bloody lot of things, mate. This year's been an absolute fucking disaster so far, I'll be honest with you. Absolute disaster. I've been slowed down with all my plans that I made. We got a TikTok bar, look. That's a tiny little bar as well, look. But cheap. Dorada beer, $2.50, look. There's a little tapas place, and this is where they do the square. You've got the snug bar, look. Snug bar's a tiny little bar downstairs with a lovely bandstand and tables and chairs around there. Another Indian restaurant over here called Bollywood's. This is a new place. Best cocktails where? At the Snug? In Lanzarote now, and it's very windy. Yes, it is, isn't it? We're on yellow alert. It started yesterday at midday, Valentine's Day, and it's gone on for today. So yellow alert, but it's definitely worse today than it was yesterday. Fresh fish, vanish, curry and tandoori. So you've got two Indian restaurants right next to each other. This is what makes me laugh about Lanzarote. It's like, I think there should be some control on what type of business is open. I'm not saying, like, you know, maybe it's the same owner, but if I own this Indian restaurant and somebody else opened an Indian restaurant next door, I'd be well pissed off, wouldn't you? I'd be like, mate, come on. Why would you do that to me? I don't know. Anyway, you've got the Celt there, Irish pub. And again, the design of this makes me think that a lot of these bars, these Irish bars, are going to be owned by one person, because you've got the Buccaneer, you've got Hennessy's in Puerto del Carmen. They've all got the same signs. There's Chispas, look. Dirt cheap in here, look. Dirt cheap. Here you go. Look. Jug of sangria, litre of sangria, €8. Three large beers, $4.50. 4 large beers. Bloody hell. Could this be one of the cheapest bars in Costa Teguise? Look. It's called Bar Chispas. Litre of sangria, only 8. Half a litre, 6. Champagne sangria, 10. 3 large beers, $4.50. 4 for $5.50. You can even get yourself a fat frog or a juicy jug for $9.50. And if you're a bit posh, you can go for a bit of Pimm's. Woohoo! And a red vodka Red Bull. There you go, Chispas. In the square in Costa Teguise. Has anybody been? Let me know in the comments. Right, come on. which way are we going? Let's walk through here. I'll take you up by the Black Bull, and then we'll turn around. We'll come back through Tapas and stuff like that. You see, you've got another place here, which is another sort of Indian, but Mexican. So these do Indian and Mexican food, which is strange. Or it's sort of like an Indian-Mexican mix. So I think it's like tacos, but you can have something else. I've just got a live restriction for showing you a menu that sells alcohol. How pathetic is TikTok? Gee, I tell you what, I should just put some shorts on which shows exactly what I'm packing down below, like the females do on here, and just like wrench it right up and do a little cheeky dance and say, oh look, I'm just innocent. It's just an innocent video, this, of me dancing. I ain't doing it just to get attention. And by the way, don't look or comment, will you? Because I'm not doing this for attention. This is me expressing myself, which is what I can do. I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to go to the gym and wear the tightest shorts in the world. And now, not only do they pull up the back so you can see exactly what I've had for dinner that side, they pull right up the front as well. You can see exactly what I've got there. And I'll wear the shortest top I can, and I'll walk into the gym. And if any of you dirty pervert men look at me, well, I shall call you that, a toxic male. Do not look at me. I do not want the attention. Unbelievable, the world we live in today. Honestly, you should see them down the gym. I just look, I don't give a shit. If anybody questions it, I say, well, you're showing it, I'm looking. Oh dear. Can you imagine men walking in, right, to a gym with, I mean, I know you've got geezers on the beach with Speedos, but I'm talking men walking in, like, literally pulled right up. Are you telling me you wouldn't look? I think I'd look. Be like, what's he doing? Why is he showing his wares off? But no, it's for comfort, it's for aerodynamics. Shut up. Black Bull, look. Black Bull, classic breakfast, look. This is a proper break here, look. 5:45, Scottish breakfast. Oh, the big bully. The big bully. The big bully, look. There's the Black Bull. I've already got a thing, look, we'll go in there. Morning, mate, you all right? They've got bingo on in here, look. Sunday specials, half roast chicken. Morning, you all right? They're having bread. Everyone's indoors today. Usually they're sitting outside. My battery's going on this phone already. I'm going to have to head back down to the bus stop. Kitties, look, they do a pink cocktail here, which everyone goes mad for. The Kitties cocktail. It's like a pink thing with like flumps and stuff inside. Looks very girly. But they've got quizzes, they've got bingo, look. They've got everything in here, big screens on. And like I said, everyone's usually outside having a brekkie. What we'll do is we'll head this way, we'll go past Tapas. We'll see if that shopping centre's open. And like I said, it's only going to be a shortish one today because, well, one, the wind, and two, because my battery's just gone to 20%. I'll tell you what, technology. I think Apple's had an update on the phone. And I reckon they do it on purpose. I reckon they say, right, he's only got a 14, we're on 17 now. Better make his battery drain like crazy. Absolute arseholes, aren't they? Anyway, where is this? So we're in Costa Teguise, Lanzarote. Fish and chips from Kitties is nice. I've heard the fish and chips is nice. Can't forget Motown's. Only reason I didn't mention it is because it's not open at the moment, as in not today, but Motown's another place. And it's right next to the apartment Celeste. Celeste apartments, look. These are meant to be nice places. Although someone said that, I won't tell you what they said. Someone emailed me about something, it was like, it was a complaint. And I was like, okay. It's like, you need to cover it on the channel. I'm like, I don't know whether I want to. It weren't that bad, but do you know what? I ain't here to deal with people's complaints. I do enough complaining myself, don't I? Right, so this is the town of Costa Teguise. So up that way, you've got Los Zacos, you've got the Sands Beach up there. So this is like a main road. And you can see the difference between this side of Costa Teguise, which needs a little bit of a facelift, if I'm honest with you, to the new places. But down here, you've got some great bars and restaurants, like Tapas. And this is like your, oh, jeez, the wind. We've got kebab places and stuff down here. But this is like the walkway down to the main beaches and things like that. And they used to have a nightclub in here. Used to be a big area of nightlife. You got the Red Lion, look, that's a popular British bar. Little Brit bar there, Canarian kebabs and snacks. And this leads you down by the Lanzarote Hotel as well. Oh my God. Where is the Ficus from where you are? The Ficus is back up that way behind me. This is the medical centre, the private medical centre. So if you need a hospital, this is actually a full hospital, believe it or not. Doesn't look like it, does it? But there's an actual full hospital there. So that's the private hospital. There's two main private hospitals. This one here in Costa Teguise and Hospi 10, which is up by Puerto del Carmen way. Them are the two private hospitals if you've got travel insurance, which you all should have. To use there. There's a nightclub at the end of there called Club 55, but I know nothing about it. If anybody's ever been, please let me know. Is it any good? And then here, look, you've got Decades. You've got Madness, the specials, look, ska music. Lots of ska music going on. Singers, stuff like that. I don't mind the saxophone players if they're in a band like that, ska, because that's where it's meant to be. You know, I've got a thing about saxophone players as well. I watched a video the other day of some geezer with a flat cap on, bowling round all the tables in this bar, blowing a fucking saxophone in everybody's part. I tell you what, if he did it to me and I was still a boozer, I'd throw my pint at him and say, go away, I'm trying to enjoy a beer. Last thing I want is you blowing that in my fucking ear. You may as well get a fucking harmonica. You may as well go and buy one of them harmonicas. You know when you were a kid and your mum used to buy you a fucking harmonica from the shop for some reason because they must have been cheap back in the day, and you just breathe through it. That is fucking saxophone players. That is saxophone players in bars and restaurants. It's just noise. It's absolute noise. Give me a fucking harmonica any day. I'd rather you blow a fucking harmonica with all the spit coming out of it while I'm trying to eat me fucking dinner. Honestly, I don't know what the appeal is. New bus stops here, look. New bus stop. I'll switch like a... Look, I reckon I've got, not Tourette's, what's a dual personality. Once I go, I go. I've got another warning now. Flagged for dangerous activity and challenges. That's because I showed the road. I've been flagged for dangerous activities and challenges because I was in the road. What is wrong with TikTok? Unbelievable. Right, come on. We're walking back anyway because I can't be dealing with it today. Do not use these. They're not dodgy. They're all right. They're legal. They're not going to like rob you or anything, but they will charge you quite a lot to draw your money out. So always try and go to a proper bank. However, there used to be one just across the road there and it's closed. So if you're in Costa Teguise, you haven't really got a choice but to use them. Try and get your money out before. Techers, look. Great for brekkie, British bar, Sunday dinner, look, $14.95 per person. A choice of roast beef, lamb or chicken. Who said that? Was that you? Was that you? I thought there was someone in there. Good morning. You having a bit of a brekkie?
Yeah.
Did I see you in here before?
We have been here quite a few times, but I don't think we've been speaking.
No. Where are you from?
From West Yorkshire.
No, you don't sound like you're from West Yorkshire.
Do not.
You sounded like you had a bit of an Irish accent then, if I'm honest with you.
No, I've been in Yorkshire like 36 years.
Well, you've still got the accent.
Yeah.
You've still got the accent. Did he take you out for Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Yes, where did you go?
Spicy fish.
I'll look at you taking her for a spicy affair on Valentine's Day. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
That's an Indian restaurant, isn't it? It sounds like, I mean, you know, it sounds like he took you to a dodgy place called Spicy Affair, but it was an Indian.
Actually Indian, yeah. We've been twice this week.
Yeah?
They're lovely couple just to have it.
Yeah?
The food is delicious.
You hopeless romantic, you. There you go. Well, look, I'm going to give you a Valentine's Day present. My stickers, look, you can have my face on your case, all right? Them are spicier. See you later. Lovely to meet you guys. Have a lovely day. Enjoy your brekkie. There you go. Having brekkie in Techers, look. Where are you? I am in Costa Teguise. I'm right outside the Lanzarote apartments. I was going to go up there, but there's people sitting on the stairs. And I'm just walking through the tat shops. Look, what do these tat shops actually sell? This is quite a good one to show you. Let's have a look at what the tat shops sell in Lanzarote that I'm always pissing and moaning about. Flamenco dresses. Pegs. These are a popular thing, look. You can peg your towels down. T-shirts. Ladies, I've got some clothes in here, look. All your inflatables, your bags, look. Snorkels. You can get everything, look, they do sell everything. All your fake bags, look. So these are just basic normal bags, look, and they've just whacked the logo on. Not bad, to be honest. Would you know that that's fake? Actually looks quite good, I quite like that. I wonder how much they are. Let's have a little look. $16.99, I mean, it's not too bad, is it? I know I slag these places off, but I just wish they'd design things a little bit nicer, because it is like a jumble sale. Got your fake pants as well, look. Even Burberry boxers, $7.99. Tommy Hilfiger. Tommy Hilfiger boxers, look. There you go. Can you get fake things here in Lanzarote? Well, it's not Turkey, but you certainly got a choice here, look. The tote bag, Chloe. Prada. How much are these? 31 euros for them. Is that a good deal? How does that compare to Turkey? For those of you that have been to Turkey. That one hasn't got a price on you. Oh yeah, 27. 27 for that. Certainly not a real leather bag, but 27. But you've got all sorts here. Chloe. I'm sure Mrs TravelON wanted a Chloe bag. Look, 37.99. Is that good, guys? I don't know. I know a lot of you go to Turkey and stuff like that and get all the fakes. Is it cheaper in Turkey? I would assume it is than Lanzarote. Prada bags there, look. Balenciaga. Oh dear, they've got everything. Adidas, Christian Dior. It's a nice one, look, for Mrs TravelON. $49.99. I wouldn't be paying that for a fake one, but quality's not too bad. It's not that bad a quality. There you go, toys for the kids, look. Loads of Peppa Pig stuff. A few more purses here. Your Louis Vuitton purses, $15.99. Tommy Hilfiger wallets, look. $12.99 for a Tommy Hilfiger wallet. Is it real leather? It smells it. It smells like it's real leather, that. There you go. All your purses, ladies, and your smaller bags, your Marc Jacobs and stuff like that. Your Gucci's, $20.99. Yves Saint Laurent. Chloe purses and stuff, $10.99. I don't know how they get away with it, to be honest. I thought it was, well, I know sometimes they do get closed down or they get taken away, so I suppose it's a risk, isn't it? $29.99. Oh, they get out of here. Bit of Despacito on. And then you've got your t-shirts as well. Hugo Boss, Armani, North Face. I mean, these are cheap knockoffs, but they're only $7.99. You can tell they're fake. And then your socks as well, look. Even your socks. Adidas socks, Nike socks, Burberry socks. Bloody hell. $2.99. $2.99 for a pair of Burberry trainer socks. There you go. Happy days. North Face. $3.99 for Nike. Chanel, Louis Vuitton. Is that cheaper than Turkey? Is it? Yeah, you got slides and everything here. Look, Balenciaga slides. I thought they were 35 euros. Not there. It's not. That's the size. Don't know how much they are actually. Doesn't actually say. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, that's just the size. There you go. So let me know in the comments. Is that cheaper than Turkey? I would say Turkey's probably more. I would say Turkey's probably cheaper, wouldn't you? Yeah, Vicky said Turkey's cheaper. I bet it is. You've still got your hats and stuff here, look. Loads of hats, look. $6.99 for the hats. I mean, that's not bad. That's not a bad. It's not a bad design, that. $6.99. I wouldn't tell the difference in that, would you? Oh, for God's sake, I've got limited visibility for 10 minutes now for showing that. Unbelievable. I've got 2 restrictions. I'm in trouble today with TikTok. It's a good job I'm heading back. So I've got another restriction now for showing that brand. That'll be brand stuff. Let me look at these. Restricted for 10 minutes for something. Not eligible recommendation. Okay, whatever. There you go, lovely man. Lovely man. If you want to see the paddle courts, well, you have to watch the next video on YouTube. This is what I'm doing now, you see. I'm getting extra content while I'm on live, and then I'm going to bang it on later. So if you want to see that video, YouTubers that are watching on the catch-up, it'll be coming up sometime this week. I'm not stupid. I've got things to do. So Hippodino Express, and we're heading right back down to the new bus stop now. If I cut off, guys, because the batteries are going on this, then I will, well, I've already said goodbye, haven't I? So moderators, thank you very much. There you go, gone. YouTube, stay with me. I'm going to say goodbye to you lot as well. So YouTube, goodbye, God bless. That was a stressful live with the wind and stuff like that, but I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of Costa Teguise. We started at the main bus stop, the new one that is due to open very, very soon. We've seen loads of new places in Costa Teguise as well. Don't forget, if you want to go live, you can join me on TikTok every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. I've got to get out of this wind. I've got to get this coat off as well because it is roasting. After this video, or maybe tomorrow or the next day, there will be the look around this place here. So make sure to follow, subscribe, turn the notifications on, and the paddle courts as well that you might have missed out on. You might have actually seen it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it as a separate video yet. Anyway, I shall see you in the next one. Make sure to follow, subscribe, and do all that you need to do. See you later. Love you all. Bye.